About 2 days ago, the Trump administration in the US announced a new US visa policy change that caught the federal government off guard. And now we are finally realizing that this is due to Tinubu'S failure to appoint an ambassador to Washington. If he had appointed an ambassador to Washington, at least, they would be aware of his policy before it was finally announced. And if possible, something could have been done, negotiation or, something at least could have been done to change, their decision. But no, we are now discovering that it is because Tinubu failed to appoint an ambassador to Washington since 2023, when he announced, is it the disbandment or the sack of his ambassadors? He has not appointed not one ambassador since then. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below. Turn on the post notification bell as well. Most importantly, please give this video a massive thumbs up. Click on the thumbs up button down below if you're enjoying this content. That way we're encouraged to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. And also, YouTube will be able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. US visa policy change reportedly caught federal government off guard over Tinubu's failure to appoint ambassador 2 years later. Newsroom Nigeria reports that the federal government has been caught off guard by a major US visa policy change nearly 2 years after President Bola Tinubu failed to appoint a Nigerian ambassador to Washington. On Tuesday, the United States government announced a revision of its visa policy for Nigerians, stating that most non-immigrant and non-official visas would now be limited to single entry and 3 months validity, effective immediately. The U.S. mission to Nigeria said the move was a direct response to Nigerians' own direct restrictive visa terms for American citizens. The abrupt change has sparked criticism and concern over the Tinubu administration's neglect of key diplomatic appointments, since recalling all 82 ambassadors appointed by former President Muhammadu Buhari in September 2023, including Nigeria's former ambassador to the US, Dr. Uzoma Emenike. No replacement has been named for the crucial post in Washington. As a result, Nigeria has had no high-ranking envoy to the US for nearly a year, with only a lower-level charge d'affaires handling routine matters. Diplomats and analysts say this vacuum severely limited Nigerians' ability to anticipate or counter the US policy shift, which had reportedly been under review since the Trump administration. In a bid to contain the fallout, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu said on Wednesday that the Nigerian government was actively engaging with US officials to seek a reversal of a new policy. She met with US Ambassador Richard Miles Jr. in Abuja, describing the talks as constructive. While consultations continue, we urge Nigerian travelers to strictly comply with visa conditions and ensure all documents are genuine, current, and accurate, Ojukwu advised. The U.S. Department of State clarified that the new rules apply to all visas issued from July 8, 2025, while existing visas remain valid under previous terms. This episode marks the longest diplomatic vacancy Nigeria has had in Washington in over 2 decades. Between 1960 and 2003, Nigeria appointed 21 heads of mission to the US, none of whom left on field for this long. It remains unclear when the Tinubu administration intends to appoint a substantive ambassador to the United States or whether further diplomatic consequences may follow. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment here is from Ayo Ajayi, who says, "Not appointing an ambassador to represent us after a long time is not a good idea, but appointing nation representative needs careful consideration. But then President Trump policies are not based on common sense, so dealing with him, policies from him that affects the nation cannot be blamed on absence of an ambassador in US." Mikala Guazo says, "So what do you expect from him? Even his country can't be able to pay contractors their money." But he went to and presented an empty budget to the National Assembly. How do you mean empty budget? Anyway, moving on. John Echo says he was waiting to use the appointment for electoral for APC as the delay. Kelly says, "Let him appoint Sheyi or his daughter and wife since he's done with all his friends and family members." Samuel Essien says, "A president that cannot step a foot in the US won't bother having an ambassador to the country, shameless, corrupt, reading country." Annie says, "Do you guys know how much this has saved us? I'm saying he's not appointing them yet as an economical strategy." Who told you? Nigeria is never saving money, my dear. The money you think you're saving is still going into corruption. It's still being embezzled. So there is no way. It's not saving money, my brother. You're not saving money. You are losing money. Money that ought to have been used to pay these ambassadors is being lost to corruption. That's the way you should look at it. Nigeria is not saving money since when? As if you don't know. Dodowa says, "Power grabber sees ambassadorial position to USA as a juicy one, so may be hunting for someone to launder his already dirty image in USA as ambassador." Gabriel Nwaben says, "Where is Reno Mokri? I think you have not gone blind to read results that are coming from your paymaster table as a result of his misrule and nonchalant attitude towards Nigerians' needs, both home and abroad. Or are we going to hold Obi accountable for this?" John Chukwu says, "The whole focus is on 2027 elections. Who cares about this critical appointment? Reno Mokri, please the president instead of being entangled in Obi phobia." Nurse Joe says, "What does Tinubu know other than to play dirty politics and do things wrongly?" I have another comment here from Boronga Simon, who says, "Yes, brother, quite a point here. Expired, retired, tired, spent forces leading a vibrant and energetic nation with a 70% youth population. Some myopic psycho people taking advantage to manipulate." You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.